Do you believe that women have love?
I believe everybody has the capacity to love.
Do you believe that women have love?
I believe women love ourselves and love men and love everybody else.
Do you believe that women have love?
Yes.
Women don't have love. Where they get it from?
Yes, they do.
Where did they
yes,
get it from?
They do.
Where did they get it from?
First of all, love is an internal emotion, just like anger is, happiness is, everything else. It's an emotion.
Love is not an emotion.
So, yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It absolutely
That's
is.
hate.
What that tells me is that you have a lack of understanding on human emotions, and that compares to why you're saying what you're saying in these blanket statements.
If women have love, where did they get it from?
Everybody has love in themselves, and then you choose to give it to another person, like any other emotion. You feel an emotion on the inside, and then you choose to play it out in your environment.
If
That's
women
how
have
emotions
love,
work.
if women have love, where did they get it from?
Women, I just told you this. It's an emotion that comes from the inside.
And where did they get that emotion from the inside?
If you're angry, if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're upset, if you're excited, all of those are emotions that come internally.
But they are evil emotions, though.
Emotions in your external environment.
They are evil emotions. They're not good.
No, it sounds to me like you have a very lack of understanding on how human emotions operate to be saying any of what you're saying.
No, that's why you feel good. As soon as you're feeling good, your God tell you something, now you feel bad. Your thoughts tell you something, you feel bad. Now you feeling bad, you got to do something to feel good. Then you're feeling good, now you got to do something to feel bad. And after a while, you want to jump off a bridge somewhere because the so-called feel-good emotions are evil and the bad emotions are evil. Emotions are not good. That's why you have to overcome.
No, this just sounds.
That's why you have to overcome
like
emotions.
You've never ever like studied how human emotions operate.
They're
biological imperatives. Every species on the planet has emotions, part of survival. So to sit there and say that emotions are bad is another ignorant statement.
I didn't say they were bad. I said they were evil.
Again, they're not. They're a necessary part of humanity and how we function in society.
No.
They are.
But let me ask, women who, you know how in divorce cases, and sometimes when men make babies with these women, females out of wedlock, the woman go to court and she try to keep the children from their fathers and the fathers from the children. Is that love or hate?
Again, that's an interpersonal dynamic. Not every divorce is like that, right? So whatever happens in a divorce between a man and a woman has to do with their individual dynamic.
When a woman tries to keep the children,
not all men.
When a woman
there are some men that are abusing their women, and there are some men that are good men. So to sit there and say that every dynamic is like that is not true.
When women try to keep the children from the fathers and the fathers from the children, is that love or hate?
Again, every dynamic is different.
I didn't say every. You said every.
The reasons behind why someone's dynamics happen, we don't know.
Is that love or hate?
We're on the outside. We don't know. We don't know if that father is good or bad. We don't know whether or not she's spiteful or she's protecting her child. We don't know.
Is that love or hate when the women try to keep the children from the fathers?
I just said to you, we don't know the circumstance.
But the children have nothing to do with it.
You're asking me to answer a situation on a vague dynamic that we don't know the facts about.
I didn't ask you that.
We have to look at facts. That's called reality.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, was it love or...
We don't know whether it's love or hate. We don't know.
I know that what it is. When women try to keep children from their father, it's hate. They hate the children. They hate the father. They hate themselves.
Again,
they have no love.
That's a blanket statement. We don't know.
Why else when women keep the children? They have nothing to do with.
There's 100 different reasons why a divorce could happen. It could happen because of abuse. It could happen because the father's a pedophile. We don't know. So it's not every circumstance that a woman hates a man.
Yes, it is.
It could very well be she has to protect her child. We don't know. Do you understand? We cannot make assumptions about something we don't know about. We have to look at the facts.
I know that any woman. I know that any woman that keep the children away from the father is hate. It's not love. It's hate.
Again, we don't know. That is for a judge in the American legal system to decide. That is not for outsiders who have no relevance in a situation to make assumptions. Assumptions is how you get information incorrect. When you have an assumption, that's how you get a delusion. And that's how you play out delusions. That is not our responsibility to go into people's personal relationships and start making assumptions about them.
Let me ask this, and then I want to move on to some other stuff here. I have recommended to men that they should not marry educated women because educated women do not make for good wives and mothers. They're on an ego trip. They think that they're equal to men, so they're going to always have a competition there. And I know you have to agree with me that an educated woman does not make for a good wife or mother.
Again, you're saying that it's a monolith. People are not monoliths, right? Everybody is different. First of all, educated women and educated men who have what's called egalitarian relationships lack competition. When you treat someone as an equal, there is no competition. When one person wants to be above the other and oppress the other person, that creates a competition. So it's antithetical what you're saying, because in reality, the scientific data says that when relationships are equal, then those relationships tend to stay together for life. So men who treat their partner as an equal tend to never get divorced. Whereas men who try to oppress their woman and create competition and create a power dynamic end up chronically single. So the reality of it is every person's different. Some people want to get married and be a housewife. Some people don't. Everyone is a different human being. No one is the same. So we cannot sit there and say whether or not someone's a good wife or not. It depends on her, if she wants to be a wife or not in the first place.
So do you agree with me or not that women that are educated does not make for a good wife or mother? Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with any blanket statement. I believe that everybody is an individual and every individual has to be looked at as an individual for who they are as a person.
Do you agree with me that women who are married and yet they want to go to work to prove that they're equal to the man rather than stay at home and raising
It's
the
not
man?
that women want to work. It's that we live in a
I haven't asked
capitalist
the question yet.
society
I haven't finished
where
yet.
the upper class has created a dynamic that it's necessary for two people in a household to work to sustain it. It is not fair to a man to have to take care of everything on one income when their income has been going down chronically,
can
right?
get
That
more
adds
than
an
one job.
unnecessary burden to a man. So what I'm saying is if a woman wants to support her household and she wants to support her man and he's fine with it, that is a decision between those two people. That is a decision for them.
So I wonder, maybe you missed the question. What I'm asking is that women that are married and they insist on going to work instead of staying home and watching over the man's children or raising them, those are selfish women. Am I right? They have no love.
No,
They
what
don't
I'm
love
trying to
the
tell you is
children.
that not everything in a relationship is based on competition and dominance. So what I'm trying to tell you is that if a woman chooses to go to work to support her family, that's a choice between her and her husband. And whatever agreements they come to that they feel is best for their households is whatever makes sense. That does not mean that's a competition. That's called collaboration. That means that they're coming to an agreement to work together.
Do you
So
agree
whatever
with me
they choose
that?
to do in their household, it is not my business.
Do you agree
So
with me
whatever
that?
someone chooses to do in their marriage, I don't care. That's up to them.
Do you agree with me that men who stay home and pretend to be the woman of the house, housewife or house mother, whatever they call, are beta males?
No, I believe that whatever people need to do for their family life is up to them. So if it
But
works
those
that a
are
man
weak.
needs
At
to
least
stay
you agree they're
home,
weak, right?
I do not view that as weak. I believe that whatever a family decides that is best for their family is good. So if it makes sense for the man to stay home and take care of kids, then that if that's what it makes sense for their family, then he's providing for his family. So whatever a family chooses to
But
do and how they create their life,
weak men. Have you noticed that?
that's not true.
Yeah.
What women do
No,
not
it's
like
absolutely
are men
true.
who lack emotional intelligence.
They hate weak men.
No, women, it has nothing to do with the concept of men being weak. What women do not tolerate is men who lack emotional intelligence. That is
No
fundamentally
such
different.
thing.
No, what men view
Emotions are
typically,
unintelligent.
no, what men typically view as weak is very different from what women view as weak.
Right.
Men view
That's true.
vulnerability. Right. Men view vulnerability as weakness. Women view vulnerability as courage.
But it's
So
weakness.
if that's
That's because women
no,
can't see they have anger.
that's
They're too
fundamentally different.
emotional.
Emotions are not weakness.
It
They're
is.
fundamental to
Women
human
call
biology and
good
evolution.
evil and evil good. They're emotional, so they can't see because Satan is their
So
God.
the scientific data actually says that men have deeper and stronger emotions than women, and that
They're
women are
just like
more
their
rational.
mothers.
That's what the data says.
Those who have
So
it are just like their mothers. They got that from their mothers, and they need to overcome that by returning to their fathers.
That's not true, because the reality of it is all human beings have emotions. So whether it's a
I
man or
know
a
it.
woman, a
That's why they
father or
need to
mother,
return
every
to the
human being
Father.
has emotions.
That's why they need to return to the Father, because emotional men are just like their mothers.
That's not true, because men, when you look at homosocial bonding and the way men interact with men, they are more emotional with each other than women are with other women.
Because they're like
And
their
when you look at
mothers.
data, the scientific research specifically says that men have difficulties with upregulation, which means that men are more likely and are more vulnerable to negative emotions and have stronger negative emotions than women do. So the reality of it is women are more comfortable expressing emotions because of society.
Let me ask you
Societal
this.
expectations allow women to
Let me ask
express
this.
emotions.
Why do you, I know why, but I'm asking you, why are women so jealous of men that they're always in their mind and in action, especially in the mind, they're always in competition with men? Why are they so jealous of men, you think?
Women are not jealous of men, and women are not a monolith. Again, so you have different women who have different feelings and different emotions. So the reality of it is it's not a blanket statement that all women are jealous. Are there women who are jealous? Are there women who are angry? Are there women who hate men? Absolutely. But that is not every woman. There are plenty of women who genuinely like men. There are plenty of women who are supportive of men. Every woman is different. Do you understand? It's not a blanket statement. We have to look at individuals for who they are.
And so why are they
You
jealous
cannot say
though?
that every woman is jealous.
You're not answering my questions for some reason. Why is it that women are jealous of men?
I am answering your question. I'm just not answering it to your liking, because your liking, all of your questions are assumptions that every person's the same. That's not true. Every person's different.
No, they're not, but I understand.